It's Inside Hart County Football with head coach Rance Gillespie and your host, Doc Ayers. Recorded in Studio 604B at Hart College and Career Academy. Here's your host, Doc Ayers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Inside Hart County Football with head coach Rance Gillespie. Inside Hart County Football is brought to you by Pierce-Built Homes, Charlie and Kim Pierce. Thanks to them for the sponsorship. Coach, Westside, when they warmed up, that was a good-looking football team.
Yeah, there's certainly a good football team, good football program, and got some really good players running around. And their coaching staff has done a really nice job with them, and has built them into a premier program in that state.
And the thing I took from the ball game Friday night, a lot of that ball game got started kind of weird, to say the least. But the fight and the passion shown has got to make you feel pretty good about what our young people did.
Yeah, we're excited about those pieces of what happened on Friday. You know, our kids went out. We played hard for 48 minutes, and at the half, it's a 10-0 game. It very easily could have been a 0-0 game. We knew that they played really good defense and took a lot of pride in their defense. And and I thought our defense made a lot of improvement from the first game to the second game. And that's what we want to concentrate on. And a couple of things coming away from that game. And it's like I told our kids. You look at the opening Saturday of college football, and you look at the App States of the world. Mm-hmm. Okay, they go into Georgia and they get beat 31-10, 31-7, 31 whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you walk away from that and you say, is App State a bad football team? And no, they're not. They're not. Next week they will line up and they will get into the Arkansas States and the Idahos and the Texas States and those people in their conference, and they're going to win a lot of those football games. For us, we played Clemson this past week. We line up and we play Alabama the next, and then we line up and finish up with Georgia. So
I mean,
we've got three really good
measuring sticks.
Teams. They're more than measuring sticks.
Let's look at the first half, if you will. To say that it was a weird start was kind of an understatement. I mean, same thing happened first series that happened at the end of the half against Elbert. Get the kickoff, and their kicker was ultra impressive.
He's a good kicker. He really is. He gets the ball. He gets good height on it, and we don't fit the backside of the zone here the way we want to. I thought Durante put the ball where it needed to go, and we just got to do a better job fitting it. I have some problem with some height off the edge there and gets knocked down. So, we don't get off to a good start here offensively, and we put together a couple of drives later as we went through. But it's a good football team, and we come out of our legs a little bit here and pop one over his head, and it starts 2-0. So not exactly how we want to start the football game, but I don't think that our kids flinched at this point. I thought our kids continued to fight and continued to play, and like I said, we were in this football game for most of the game.
Yeah. Like you said, I thought the defense played extremely well, particularly through the middle of the fourth quarter.
I agree. I thought our defense made a lot of improvement from the first week. We got a lot of good individual play, and I thought we played well as a team. I thought we did a better job with our assignments, with our fundamentals, with our tackling, and some of those things.
All right, that makes it 9-0, but it get us for offsides, so they wind up and turn the pages back to Newt Rockney with the Notre Dame box.
Yeah, that was something that we knew was going to that they were going to use and put in play in the game, and they did a good job with that.
Yeah, come back and
we get a little drive going here. We're able to move the ball a little bit, and I thought again Durante and Jerrion are a good mix out of the two, and gives us a good mix there. You know, and I thought the two quarterbacks both played well, and I thought that that both of them bring something a little bit different to the table, and you know, both of them are good players, and it's good to get them both reps early in the year and have them both ready.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. That's definitely a plus for us.
And crew on the roll. Again, not getting that one block.
Yeah, they brought a pressure off the edge
Yeah.
here, Doc. So that's one more than we can pick up.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't the best call in the world, and you know, we just need to get that out of our get it out of our hand there. So.
But after the first couple, the bad snap and then this one, I thought the punting game was better than Friday night.
It was. You know, we had the snap and then the poor kick, and you know, we've got to improve in that area.
Okay. Good coverage. And right here, defensively, start controlling West Side.
We do a good job fitting, you know, all of their weapons. And this back was
He's
a
the
really
real
good
deal.
back. He's you know, a hard runner, and you know, they got some big kids across the front, and I thought we did a good job, you know, fitting the zone for the most part the way we want to fit it.
Okay. Again, here's 23, but you look at the black shirts around him at the point. Good play there. All right, looking at the second quarter, you know, both teams had opportunities in the second quarter. I thought defensively we held West Side a couple of times when they had a chance. You know, they went super long field goal opportunity and was just a little bit wide right.
Yeah, the kid had enough leg. He just pulled it a little bit, and you know, but I was really proud of our defense for stepping up and getting a stop, and and the way that they continued to play throughout the half. A big play right here on the quick screen to the outside. Jalen does a great job getting the ball up the sidelines, and I think you can see, you know, his speed there. But also we fit the perimeter really well with some blocks. So doing some things pretty good there. Crew just needs to get a little bit more depth there and get his shoulders turned around a little bit. And we've worked that this week. I'm sure he's going to improve on those things, and
Great effort there.
Come up close with a play on a shot play there.
Good punt here.
Calls for
Interference.
kick interference, and we just we've got to know how to flash the guy and get across his face.
Get outside on the screen there. Probably their only really chunk play the whole second quarter.
Yeah, we started fitting some things a lot better, and good play there at a Kirby. It's a slow play it and buy time for the quarterback player to get there and then still get to his pitch responsibility. So you see some things where you know, we're starting to play a better brand of football.
Okay. Back in the box. They call timeout here.
Good job. They come out and like they should, you know, trying to draw you off sides, and defense comes up with a big stop.
Yeah. Good play there. Got O'Neal back in underneath.
O'Neal's a load and does a good job running the football, and you know, did a good job reading that for most of the night. And another good run there out of Jerry On, blocked well up front. Nice play here on the option and get the ball pitched late down the field. Tevin does a good job staying in phase, and you know, O'Neal is getting better and better at executing the option stuff, and a little power read and mixed in there this week, and O'Neal does a good job with it as well, and once again blocked well up front.
You know, O'Neal's.
This was a really good play for us for most of the night.
Yeah.
Was our wide zone stuff, and getting the ball off the butt of the tackle, and was really pleased with the way we ran that.
Yeah. Back. I believe that's got a timeout here.
did a good job swapping in and out personnel. We matched their personnel when they went to the heavy package. We knew the personnel that we were going to get, and did a good job swapping out personnel and matching those with no hiccups, and made sure that we had our people that were kind of built best for this package on the field.
Yeah.
So I thought Coach Dickerson and the defensive staff did a good job preparing the kids for that this week, and getting all of those
Changes.
personnel packages ironed out through the week.
Take a shot down the middle of the field and
We're in coverage. Did a better job getting those things matched up and being where we needed to be.
come to the third quarter, and we'll take a break right now. Going in at the half, you see it's 10-0. You got to feel pretty good after the start.
Yeah, we really did, and going into the half and talking with our kids, we were really not exactly where we wanted to be, but we were not totally upset with where we were. The game was still well within reach, and we were starting to find some ways to move the football, and so it was very positive for us at halftime.
Okay. All right, we'll be back. We'll be looking at the third and fourth quarter. You're watching Inside Hart County Football with Hart County coach Rance Gillespie.
The Hart County College and Career Academy provides new and improved learning opportunities to students in our community. With new technology and equipment in every classroom, students have the resources to ensure a better education. We guarantee that the Hart County College and Career Academy will further prepare students for their future and their careers. Hart County College and Career Academy, preparing students for their future.
Hart County High School is about academics, sports and training, Bulldog Chow, reading, teamwork, brilliant minds, preparing for the future. Hart County High School is the school made for us.
Welcome back. We're talking Hart County football. Head coach Rance Gillespie. Coach, 10-0 at the half. Got to feel good. Third quarter was kind of weird. I mean, another opportunities. And then I still haven't figured out exactly what happened play at the end of the third quarter. When you look at this. We talked about building this program. There's got to be some building blocks that you can keep building the kids up with.
There's no question. I thought there were a lot of positive things that happened, and again, referring back to the first Saturday of college football, I thought Tom Herman had an outstanding quote, and that made a whole lot of sense. And I shared this with our kids as well. The expectations at Texas were high with the new guy coming in and those things. And they go out in the first game and everybody expects them to walk away from Maryland, and that doesn't happen.
No.
And Maryland beats them.
Right.
And in his press conference, he said, if people thought that 9 months ago that he and his staff were going to walk in and sprinkle fairy dust and it was going to be fixed in 9 months, that's just not the way it works. And that's not the way it works here either.
No.
We have to continue to work hard. We have to continue to build, and things will come. Good things will happen for this football program, but those things have to be earned. And it's like I've preached our team all week long. You can go out in life and you can give your very best effort over and over and over, and it may not happen on the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. But if you're resilient enough,
it will happen.
And you continue to give and you continue to go all in, sooner or later, it will happen. And I think that's what happens to so many people, is that they quit going quite as hard because of the pain associated with it, because of the lack of reward associated with it. And, so I think there's some great things going on in this football program. I really do. And I'm really proud of the effort that our kids are showing and the way our kids are playing and the discipline and the class that they're playing with. And I think those are strong foundations that we will build on. The winning will come. And, our kids just have to continue to work and push forward, and we got to find a way to execute a little bit better. And like I said, we're not going to play West Side every week.
Okay. All right, let's look at the third quarter. And like I said, this one's sort of a microcosm of the second. Both teams had their opportunities.
There's no question. And again, there's a great job of our defense fitting the option play. And good defensive football right here. And once again, same thing. Good job out of Simeon. They did not hurt us with the option, and it was something that they had done a good bit of. So I thought we fit those things very well. And again, you can see the intensity and the passion that our kids are continuing to play with.
Yeah. And there's that weapon again. But defensive line was really talented group for them.
They had a lot of speed up front. They had length, and I referred to that last week. And you can look at 45, 91, and 92, and they're all over 6 foot plus.
Yeah.
And, anytime you got length, you got long arms, which makes it difficult to get into them, and get the blocks that we were trying to get. Had a big play there out of Jonathan Deacle.
Yeah.
We had seen something the first time we had ran it, and took a shot at it there in the second half. Talked about it at halftime, and kids came out and did a good job executing. Close to another big play there to Jalen, trying to get the ball down the field to him and give him an opportunity to make a play, and came really close to making that play.
Again, defensively, holding Westside pretty much in check.
And, and offensively, we've been able to at least swap the field. Just got to find a way to make a play here or there and, to finish the drive.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different option there, different read that they had not shown as much. And where they're reading the three technique, reading the defensive tackle, and just something that we didn't fit as well.
Get loose on a little swing pass, and it gets it down to about the 15-yard line. But you stand up again. Defense holds serve.
We do. We have an opportunity to get them off the field. Play 2 outstanding downs there, and then we get this and get a ball batted down, and just a
fluke play.
Just a tough bounce for us. And truthfully, if we're fit where we're supposed to fit, and we make that play as well.
Yeah. Get the ball back on the 20.
It was a zone play again, and again we were close on several of those. Missed a block on the backer on this one.
And then going to the fourth quarter, come out. Here's the little check screen.
Did a good job getting the ball out on the perimeter a couple of times. Missed a protection check here, and I think if we get the right protection there, we got an opportunity to get that ball out clean and not have to put that air on it, and have an opportunity for the first down. So there's some little things that maybe you're not seeing in some of those things where we get a couple of those things ironed out, and we're in a much better play and much better situation.
Westside comes out again. Here's the option. Still the black shirts doing a great job.
Did a good job with it. And we've got to do a better job on this play. We're going to see it a bunch this week with the speed sweep, getting the ball out on the perimeter, and we've got to do a better job of that. And
Got to get the guy down, finish the play.
We got to we're going to see that a bunch this week.
Okay. Missed tackle. That's a great play there, keeping them out of the 2-point play.
This was really close to being in the end zone. It didn't quite get in, and that's one of those plays where you've got to play like it's going to come out.
Yeah.
And I think we had half the kids that thought that it went in and half thought that it didn't. But we got to play every down as if it were a live down.
Okay. Again, O'Neal on the carry. You know, O'Neal runs sort of like a big tailback.
Yes, he does, and he made some good throws as the game went along. It's
Good
a
run
tough
there.
Run out of Clay. Clay is a really physical kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to see him get the ball in the flat and see the things that he can do. They're a good throw and catch here. Deacle does a good job running by their safety, and O'Neal gives it a shot.
Yeah.
And Deacle makes a really nice play.
Had the 2-point play.
Yeah,
and
they called us for offsides here. I don't really understand the call, but they called us for offsides. That's something that we do, and you have to go back and watch the film there. So
try the onside kick, and it doesn't quite go the yardage. Once that gets the ball back, but still, you gotta like the effort.
yeah, I mean we're still in this football game. We get that onside kick, and then it's a game again. We didn't execute that as well as we'd liked, so they get the ball back, and now we got to have a stop.
And compounded with a penalty.
We're close there, and when you're trying to get kids to play wide open, you're going to have some of those things, but we got to be smart and understand where we're at. And,
Great job there getting
when
off
to-
the block and getting the stop. Zone keeper. Gets inside to make it 30-7. They gets it to the end zone again.
This is a play that we've got to make.
Yeah.
We've got to stay in front of the returner, and we kind of let up, thought that he was going to
Fair
let the
catch.
ball go dead, and there was no fair catch. The ball had already hit the ground, and he let it bounce up to him, and then he took off in front of us. But I did think that our kids played hard until the end of the football game.
Yeah, 30-7 is the final. Now, Coach, you mentioned when we started, that was Clemson. Friday night, you referred to Eagles Landing as Alabama.
Yeah, they're a really good football team.
I mean,
very, very talented. They've won 24 games straight, last 2 state championships. Their last loss was the state championship 3 years ago. Okay. And those kids that they've been winning with are all seniors now. I think they've got 6 kids in the top 200 recruits in the state of Georgia. I know they've got an SEC commit at corner and several really good kids, really good players. You look at their defensive front, and they're 6'5", 285. They're 6'4", 245, and 6'4", 260 across the front. So really, really talented football team. Offensively, their offensive line is much the same. They've got a tackle that's 6'5", 285, and I don't think they've got any of their front guys that are under 6'3". So you know, they've done a really good job of putting some good players there, and done a good job of developing those kids and turning that program into a premier program in the state. And you know, that's not to mention their skill, because their skill is very talented. So you know, they will bring as talented of a football team as we will see all year long in this week. And of course, you know, next week will be much the same.
How do you sell the guys on the fact that, yes, it's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity? Opportunity, as a measuring stick for where we're at, but also a measuring stick of where we've got to go to get.
Doc, we don't need any more measuring sticks. Okay, this is, you know, 3 measuring sticks in a row is you know, a little bit much, but and I don't see it as a measuring stick.
Okay.
I don't. You know, the way we measure ourselves is against ourselves. There shouldn't be. It doesn't matter if we play the Atlanta Falcons or a team that's never won a football game. Our measuring stick is ourselves.
Okay, good.
And you know, and so what we preach to our kids is that we have to get better every week. You know, it's not about them; it's about us, and it will be every week. We need to step up, and we need to be a better football team when we come off that field on Friday. And like I said earlier, we keep doing good. We keep playing hard. We keep improving. Good things will happen to this football team and this football program eventually. You know, and yeah, we just played a very talented West Side team, and we will line up and play an even more talented team in Eagles Landing Christian this week. So our measuring stick is no other team. Our measuring stick is ourselves.
Okay. Well, need a lot of people at home Friday night, 7:30 kickoff, and hope to see you there. For Coach Rance Gillespie, this is Doc Ayers saying thank you and good night.